Rahul here, Punch Out Boxing. Delighted to be speaking to Qais Ashfaq all the way from sunny Leeds. A rare day where it's sunny up in Leeds. And yeah, a great sunny day to start a great summer, which for you is going to culminate in a massive fight in Riyadh season. It's been announced you've got the hardest fight of your career, possibly against the Japanese hotshot HAYATO TSUTSUMI. So,
Yeah.
Kais, tell us, yeah, how did the fight come about? How did you get the news and when it was offered to you?
Well, Lee and my manager, he's been working around the clock to try to get me a fight. I've not fought since December, so it's my first fight this year, really. But we had a few offers before Ramadan. And as you know yourself, I'm a religious person. I always take Ramadan off. And after Ramadan, we had a few more offers, but stupid offers. Like, I was getting 10 days to 2 weeks to fight Reese Edwards, for example, right?
Hmm.
Just didn't make sense, training wise and weight wise, for example. Didn't make sense. So we left that again. And like I say, Lee's been working around the clock, and this came up, and Lee knows himself. All I ever asked for is the right notice and the right weight. No problem, I'll take the fight. And he came to me straight away. And as soon as he came to me, I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll put the right notice. That's all I've asked for. And so I took the fight straight away.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, Lee, one of the hardest working guys out there. Always stressed
Non-stop.
out. So now and again, I catch him in a good mood. But yeah, he is yeah, a great servant of the sport. So,
Yeah.
guys, I mean, just recapping on your career, I know we talked about it last time. Of course, coming out of the Olympics, a lot was, you had a lot of promise, as most Olympians do. Career was a bit stop start. Last couple of years, not being in, your best form. Couple of defeats. The momentum just hasn't sort of hasn't built the way you'd expect of a top level amateur. What's been wrong with your career from you reaching maybe those heights that we thought you would have?
Well, it's in terms of my career. Don't get me wrong. I'm a firm believer in God and
Mhm.
Allah. And, the fact that what's meant to be will always be. Anything good or bad comes from Him, right? But there has been stuff behind the scenes and personal stuff at home. There's been all sorts going on that I don't really complain about. It's life sometimes. But like I say, it's been very stop and start. There's been a couple of decisions that I thought I should have got that I didn't get. In my last fight, for example, ended up a draw, which I believe I won comfortably. But no, like I say, I've always been a firm believer in God, and like you say, everything good and bad comes from Him, and he's always taking care of me. And that's how I believe that's how this opportunity's come about now.
Hmm.
And it's like it's the right time. I'm in a great place with the new team that I've been with since the last fight, and we're looking forward to going out there and upsetting the odds because I understand. I get that I'm the underdog here. I get that I'm there in many ways to be beat, but I'm not going out there for that. I'm not going out there to turn them over and upset the odds and come back with a win.
Yeah, fabulous. Like you said, though, I mean, he is such a hot shot that getting that win, it'll catapult you right back. I guess, yeah, you can be catapulted right to the front of the queue for the big fights. I mean, what have you made of him? I mean, I'm looking at his fights, 7 fights in, every single opponent with a heavy winning record, way more experience, and, on a 4 fight knockout streak against, again, good guys. He's a dangerous kid, isn't he?
Yeah, he can punch. He's a good amateur as well. I think he won the world's youth. I think he won. He beat a good Cuban Alvarez a couple of fights before he turned over.
Mhm.
So he's got the pedigree as an amateur as well. But when I watch him, I don't see nothing too special personally. I know his brother is the one that's a bit more, maybe the better one. I think he's lighter as well. But him himself, Hayato, is again a good fighter, good strong fighter, capable fighter. But I just believe from what I've seen, I see holes and I see ways to beat him, and that's what we're working on now.
Mhm. Yeah, is it his
I'm,
brother who's
still
quite
sweating. I've been for a run. I've showered. I've not stopped sweating yet.
you might need a few more showers
Hello, yeah.
in this sun. It's all good. Yeah. Sorry, is it his brother who's fighting in 3 weeks on the Hamza Shiraz
So
card?
his brother, I think he's called Raito or something like that. He fought.
Yeah.
He had his debut in that New York bill.
Uh-huh.
He had
Okay.
his debut there. I think he did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering if it's the same guy, but no, that makes sense. So yeah, you mentioned you got a new team. What do you mean, your
Yeah.
new training team? Who are you training
Yeah.
with?
So since the last fight, I've been with Rai Vickers and Momin. Um, bear in mind, I met Rai, who's the main coach. I met Rai, I think 6.5, 7 weeks before my last fight. So I didn't really get a massive amount of time with him. Especially the reason we went to him straight away was because the fight came up against Levi Giles, and he showed me the right tools and the right promise in that camp for me to stick with him and for me to believe now. Like I say, I'm in a great place. I feel like I'm in a better place now
Mhm.
than I even was at the end of the last camp. So I believe we're gonna go out there. We're gonna show the improvements and hopefully finally show the best Qais Ashfaq, which hasn't been seen in a pro ring yet, in my opinion.
Sure. And did your coach did he have any hesitations about taking the fights when it was mentioned?
Not at all. He's got to know me well enough. We've been working together since November, I think, or probably before November now. Um, and I think he's seen enough to know that I can hold my own, and I'm good enough to beat kids like these. And
Mhm.
again, that's what we're going out to show.
And what weight class is this fight going to be at?
This is super feather.
Okay, so you decided you settled on super feather. Is that your best weight class now?
I can make feather, but
Mhm.
without a promoter like I am right now,
Yeah,
and without getting the full 12+ week camps, it's a struggle. So like I say, we're for this fight when it came about, we had no issues doing super feather.
yeah. Okay. And like I said, it's in Riyadh, that big card there, which is kicking off some sort of esports event. Yeah.
What is that? You know better than me. What is that esports?
No, I know I should be a computer nerd, but I've just got a vague idea that it's I guess there's some sort of competition for computer games. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, ain't got time to play computer games myself anymore, but I guess for the youngsters, it seems Riyadh season are sort of doing a lot of promotion around computer games. Like we've seen like some of the promotions, like the Fatal Fury and the AJ shows
Yeah,
over there. They've used computer game themes. So I guess that's a way of getting the younger generation sort of interested. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure.
They're very clever. They've always got some up the sleeves, haven't they?
Yeah. Have
Clever,
you
clever people like that.
have you been to any of the shows in Riyadh season yet?
I haven't known Rio. No, I haven't. No,
No.
I
Okay.
haven't yet.
All right. So
I've,
this will be a new experience for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. New experience, but like I say, it's for me. It's just the same job, the same ring,
Mhm.
and opponents can have the same two arms and two legs.
Yeah, fab. And when do you plan on going out to Riyadh?
I'm hoping at least 10 days before. I've not got too much information on that yet, but I'm hoping at least minimum 10 days before for the to adjust to the time out there. And even though I do know they work quite a lot on the UK timing fight wise, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, the
I,
timing
I know.
does work well for the UK because it's only 2 or 3 hours ahead, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
can work out. I have got a tip for you as someone who's visited several times now.
yeah,
Be careful of the air conditioning there.
yeah,
Yeah, because they've got this habit of putting the aircon on full blast everywhere. So
yeah,
for us who's not used to it, you're going from hot to cold constantly, from when you go out, when you're outdoors, you go indoors, it's
yeah.
really cold. Last time that the show in February, a couple of fighters pulled out saying they were ill.
Mm,
Joe Park, was it Joe Parker's opponent? Yeah, it was Daniel Dubois, wasn't it? And
you do. Yeah,
I think Kid Austin pulled out of Shakur's fight, and a lot of people scoffed at it, but from my experience, yeah, I mean the worst cough I ever had in my life was from Dubai actually because of that.
mm,
In summertime, go there, the air conditioning full blast.
Yeah.
wrecks your
No,
throat.
I've been to places like Saudi and Dubai over the years, not for boxing, but over the years.
Mhm.
And I've never been a fan of the AC anyway. I leave it off. Uh, but obviously not when it's too hot. I'll put it on low, but I'm not a fan of it. I always do feel like, especially when have it on overnight, it gets to my throat. So I better be careful with that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're hearing about how Riyadh season they're putting up, enormous purses and what have you. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you your personal business, but is it a good payday for you as well?
Well, as good as it can get at this stage, I guess. It's a career high payday, so I can't really complain. So
Uh-huh.
the money's good enough, like I say. So I can't complain.
Yeah.
Especially like I say, I understand the fact that I'm the opponent. It's
Hmm.
not like I'm going out there as the main fighter or like he is the Ring Magazine ambassador.
Hmm.
Uh, but like I say, for the opponent, so to speak, it's good money.
And are you still a full-time pro?
Yeah, at the moment, full time pro.
All
There's a couple of things I'm trying to dabble into, but it's hard work. This boxing game.
right. Yeah,
You need
yeah,
it all the time, and you can. You know what I mean?
absolutely. So I mean, you're 32 now, which isn't obviously old, but nor is it young. So you don't want
Yeah.
to waste time, as it were. Yeah, I mean, how much longer do you think you got in this game? And
Well, a
get
good
a
thing for me
good
right now
get a
is
good win.
I'm that sort of guy. It depends on how I feel. And right
Yeah.
now, I still feel like I'm boxing. I'm fighting like I'm 25.
Hmm.
So I can't really complain in terms of physical side. So like I say, as long as it as possible, hopefully, as long as it takes to reach my goals. Um, and like you say, body feels good, mentality's good. As long as that keeps going, I'm sure I'll be here to stay until I reach that goal of mine.
And is the goal still the top world titles?
100%. I've always been. I think people might disagree with me here, but I've always been the type where, like, if you're gonna do something, then why not do it to be the best? Like, I know there's people out there with different aspirations, like they might just want to win a British title, all that sort of stuff. But I've always been that guy. I've always reached for the stars,
Hmm.
and like I said, that won't change. And like I say, hopefully win this fight. I think he's ranked, I think, on box rec at least, I think 20, something like that. So if I can beat him, take his ranking, it puts me right in position to where I want to be.
Yeah, I mean, you might annoy Turkey Al Sheikh by beating his ambassador in the process, but to be fair, they do then give winners their opportunities. So
Well, listen, hopefully I beat his ambassador and he finds a new one.
absolutely, hey, why not?
That's the plan, eh?
Yeah. While you were speaking, I was just checking the official rankings. He's ranked number 12 with the IBF.
Yeah.
So you'll definitely get a world ranking there at super featherweight. How do you assess the division? I mean, it's a hot division domestically. A couple of big fights coming up like this summer. Obviously, Belotti and Ghana are fighting down there in Southampton for the British title. Um, yeah, there's quite a few young hot shots coming up this weekend. Vicioli and Suleiman. They're fighting on the Matchroom card. Yeah, yeah, but it is a hot division. How do you assess it?
It's a good division, but I don't know, people like Belotti and Ghana, for example, and even Gomez and all them guys, I'd fight him all day long. I'd fight him next. I've got no issue fighting any of these guys. And that's again, Lee knows that about me. I'm guessing that's why he offered this fight to me, because he knows as long as it's the right notice and it's the right weight, and I'll fight him all day long. And
Hmm.
I'm more than sure in my own head, I can beat these kids very comfortably. But again, it's getting into the ring first. It's getting the fights, and I've always been that guy. I'm a lot of risk, and I guess no reward at the moment with that promoter, especially. And that's always been a bit of an issue for me. But like I say, God works in mysterious ways, and I've always kept faith in that and faith in God's plan. And like I said, brought me here.
Yeah, indeed. Like you said, a hell of an opportunity. How do you assess the world scene? I mean, there's some killers like Nunes, for example. Navarrette's not looking as great at super featherweight as when he was at super bantamweight. And our own Brit, of course, JAZZA Dickens, he's fighting the WBA with a regular champ anyway in a couple of weeks over in Istanbul.
Yeah,
Vadim
Russian.
Gaziev. Yeah, how do you assess the top echelons of the division? Do you think there's anyone who's sort of right at the top? And of course, our own Anto Kakachi's going back
Yeah,
on the same card as you against Ray Ford.
he's like Raymond Ford, isn't he? Go again, a great division. I can't. The division's great, like I say, and I'm happy. I'm that guy as long as it's the right notice and the right weight, and if it at top level the right money as well. And I'm happy to fight all these fighters. But again, I can also make featherweight
Hmm.
with the right again. So I think I'm kind of stuck in between two divisions. But right now I'm taking fights. My last fight and this fight are this division because it's what it's been offered. Because again, seeing that the featherweights don't want to know. So I take what's given to me, and actually, I'll fight anyone. I believe myself I believe in myself enough to I can beat anyone
Hmm.
on night, and that's what I got to do.
Yeah, indeed. How do you see that fight going, by the way, the Kakachi v Ford fight on the same card as yours?
Great fight, great fight. Again, Raymond Ford's a younger guy, fresher guy, and he had a brilliant fight against Nick Ball, which was really close, really. Um, but at the same time, it's a tough one because these days you can't catch you off, can you?
Mhm.
As much as you try to write him off, he seems to come out with the win. So it's going to be a great fight. I think it's a 50 fight at the moment. But you never know. They might get in there. One might be head and shoulders above the other. But on paper right now, it's a close fight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, isn't Anto a great inspiration for guys like just stick with the game? I mean, him at 36, he's finally got those big fights.
100%. So I was there, and when he fought Lee Wood, his last fight.
Hmm.
Again, that's kind of what I took from it in my head. Again, way before this opportunity even came up. And I was watching, thinking, isn't this kid what 35, 36 now? Is he?
It's 36. Yeah.
He's 36. Looks fresh to Daisy. Beat a good kid in Lee Wood. If he can do it, why can't I? You know what I mean? He's become world champion. He's got a couple of belts now. If he's got there and he's set up his family and all that sort of stuff now, then I believe I'm more than capable of doing it. And it does give you that bit of inspiration. And you got to respect Anto Kakachi for that because I know there was times where he was fighting once every 2 years. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It couldn't
Yeah.
have been easy mentally. Again, I've been through them situations. It could not have been easy, but he stuck with it. So you got to respect that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think for guys like yourself and Anto, that style-wise, it helps you that you're not one of these guys that has depended on like speed, reflexes, those guys, they're usually only good at, in their 20s, because once the speed goes, especially you haven't got the boxing acumen to compensate for it. That
Yeah,
do
it's all about the IQ, the smarts, in my opinion.
you,
Like you say, yeah, don't get me wrong. The speed, power's the last thing that goes anyway. But the speed and stuff like that, it's great. But then there's also a bit of that the power side where when he punches too fast, where's the power gone? You know what I mean?
mhm,
You got to take the right balance either way. But we're also guys, me and Anto, that don't get hit very often,
mhm,
and that in terms of longevity always helps massively. So I believe that's why people like Anto, for example, and hopefully me myself as well, have that ability to go on for longer than some of the other fighters that fight with the face. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, very important. So I mean, again, that fight on August the 16th against Tsutsumi, as you said, you don't think he's got anything that you haven't seen before. Like you said, he can punch without giving the tactics away, though. Do you think it's fair to say you can start off a bit cautious? I mean, we see even at the top level, I'm surprised how many times fighters that go in with a top level puncher and get caught cold and it's all over. Is that
yeah,
fair to
yeah,
say? You have to be on your P's and Q's at least early.
yeah. Got to again. Like I said, I've mentioned that it's not something I haven't seen before, but that's not writing off the fact that he's a quality fighter.
Hmm.
I need to be on my game, and I can't switch off at all for the 10 rounds that we're going to fight. So I've got to be very smart. I've got to stay on it. But we switched on because, like I say, he is a quality fighter. But I just believe that on my day I can beat anyone, and that's exactly what I'm I'm going out there to prove.
Hmm. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing this. Yeah, when I saw the fight announced, I thought, wow, Kais, he's going no tune-ups for this man.
No, with
He
this, we
really
don't
is all
shy
about
away
it.
from fights. Leighton will tell you we don't shy away from fights over here.
Well, that's fantastic. That is what the fans want to see. So we have got to appreciate when you guys do that and put yourself straight in the mix. Incidentally, actually, I'm checking the records, the rankings again. Tsutsumi #3 with the WBA. So yeah, you really will jump the queue if you can beat him. So
And that's plan A. And shout out Leighton for getting me this brilliant opportunity. It's like, say, if I go out there, and inshallah, when I go out there and do it, again, I've jumped the queue in a way that most people never get the opportunity to. And it puts me right where I want to be and not far away from world titles.
absolutely. Tell you a
Again,
little dream.
not far away from reaching my dream.
It's got to be the dream. JAZZA goes over to Istanbul and beats Batir Gaziev to pick up that WBA belt. You go and win a month later. Hey, Yorkshire v Liverpool, nice domestic clash.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Jazz is someone that I've known since the amateur days. We were on GB together. We've
Uh-huh.
done stupid amount around sparring in the amateurs and in the pros. And he's a good guy, Jazz, as well. So I hope he does go out there and do it. And listen, if I can beat this kid, we can make that fight happen. I'm sure we'll both, uh, be happy to do it because we're both fighting men. And as much respect as we have for each other, we get the game and, we're happy to fight anyone.
Absolutely. I think JAZZA's managed by Lee as well, isn't he? So,
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
so that'd be the easiest world title fight
Yeah,
to make. So,
that'd be perfect, wouldn't it?
absolutely. All right. Well, here's fingers crossed. Let's hope you both do well. Good luck for August the 16th. Yeah, you've got nice, plenty of work to do this summer in the heat. So,
You can see a little bit now, you know what I mean?
absolutely. All
Today's
right,
helping.
Qais Ashfaq, thank you again for your time, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you at the end of the summer,
Yeah,
pulling off a stunning upset.
God willing, inshallah. Thank you very much, bro.